What's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 23 Ultimate Team video. We are 2 days away from the Blitz promo in MUT 23, and it's still not too late to prepare. In this video, we're going to show you how. Now, if you guys enjoy this video, if you like it, if it helps you out, make sure you go ahead and click that thumbs up button. Shows a lot of support on the channel, helps the videos get noticed. Also, if you're brand new here, you were searching around YouTube for MUT 23 content, whether it's how to make coins, how to get free players, how to build your ultimate team, you found the right channel for everything. Stay a while, click that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on as well so you guys are alerted when we drop additional videos. Let's get right on into it. So earlier this week, the full content schedule for the week came out, and as expected, Blitz is coming. They did confirm this morning on GMM that Blitz will be here Thursday. Now, we don't know the exact time, but we're going to safely assume it's going to be about 8 p.m. Eastern time. Historically, from year to year to year, that's when the Blitz promo started, and that's when we're going to start to see special offers and new cards in the game from this promo. Now, tomorrow morning on GMM, there will be an early reveal for the cards and the schedule. This is important to know because, you know, the cards are the cards, and you're going to want to know who they are if there's any that you want to pick up. But the schedule is more important because this is going to tell us when the good pack offers are coming out and when you're going to need to be around your console to take advantage of them. I wanted to show you guys a quick example of some of the offers in the schedule from last year's MUT 22's Blitz schedule. And this is kind of a teaching moment if you're new to MUT this year or new to the Blitz promo. Basically, we typically get offers every 4 and 8 hours and sometimes even 24 hours. And with these various pack offers, if there's a certain card you're targeting, because these offers are so good typically, it's going to cause the price for that specific pack offer or those cards that are from that specific program to go down in price. So I'm just giving you a hypothetical, but say, you know, at some point on Friday, they do a special all Madden bundle and you've been wanting Barry Sanders or you've been wanting Mike Haynes, and you see that this all Madden offer is taking place at a certain time. That's going to be the time that those cards are going to be really cheap. And there's usually about, you know, like a half hour to 45-minute window where they are at their lowest. So we will be dropping a video when this Blitz schedule is revealed for MUT 23, and we'll, you know, tell you the important bundles to be around for and whatnot. But that's kind of part of the strategy, right? If you want to build your team and take advantage of this promo, is knowing the schedule, planning out what cards you want to go after, and being around when those specific cards are going to be at their lowest price. So let's go ahead and answer some of the more common questions that I've been asked about the Blitz promo. What's so special about it? How can I take advantage of it? It's kind of works two parts, right? So if you're a money spender in this game, or you do spend some money on packs, we're going to have tons of pack offers, and a lot of them are going to have really good value. So the dollar that you're spending, unlike most of the year, is actually, you know, kind of being valued, and you're getting a lot in return for it. So that's, you know, it's a W if you're going to spend money. Now, if you're no money spent, or you just don't want to choose to spend money during this promo, and that's totally okay, you know, the offers are going to be more geared towards the money spenders, but the market is going to be geared towards those who got coins to spend and no money spent players. Because the offers are so good, there's going to be such an abundance of cards on the market that everybody's going to undercut each other, and the really good cards that you've probably been wanting to buy, cards that you haven't been able to afford, are going to be very affordable. And like I said a moment ago, there's going to be that window where they will be at their cheapest, and you certainly want to take advantage. And the other question is, what are Blitz bucks? What do we use them for? Because you probably earn some of them, and we'll talk about that in a moment. If you're not familiar with alternate currency, we see this from time to time on various promos, and Blitz bucks happens to be one of them. So there still should be coin offers. There's absolutely going to be points offers, aka money offers. We may see some training offers, and then you're going to have these Blitz bucks, which are going to be spent, and there's going to be ways to earn them as well on additional content for the Blitz promo. Now, hopefully you've been seeing my reminders on Twitter and within my videos, and you've been playing the game days of yesteryear solos. So these are limited time solos that do expire every day at about 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. If you miss a solo, it goes away. You can't go back and play it. I've been slacking on mine, to say the least here, but every time you play one of these solos, you earn 5 stars. And if you look at the milestone rewards, you can earn Blitz bucks from these. So the milestone rewards at tier 5, which is 40 stars, and tier 7, which is 60 stars, give you 100 Blitz bucks each. One other way that you can earn Blitz bucks pre-Blitz promo is in the Harvest Hijinks house rules, and if you go down to rewards, you're going to see that I believe it's level 4, you get 300 Blitz bucks. it's a quick sell item. You can't quick sell it just yet because the promo's not live, but here's another way to earn that currency. Now, when the program is going live, and we're just taking this from prior years, assuming they don't change anything, there's typically going to be limited time solos that you can play to earn Blitz bucks. There's going to be pack offers that will cost Blitz bucks, and if you spend money on some of these things, you'll get Blitz bucks in return. And also, a lot of times they'll do a daily login or a hourly login, whatever the breakdown is, whether it's 4, 8, or 24. But basically, when you log in, you can go in and get free Blitz currency. And I think sometimes they also have a pack offer where you spend like 50 coins and you'll get X number of Blitz bucks, and it was called Blitz bolts last year, but you'll get the Blitz currency in return for exchanging coins at a very low value. Now, with the absence of power-ups this year, there's not a ton of things that you're spending training on, and a lot of people are wondering, will there be training offers within this Blitz program? Meaning, will they have special packs that you can buy for training versus points or coins or Blitz bucks? And we don't know the answer to that, but I would say it is a good idea to maybe keep a couple cards on hand that quick sell for decent amounts. I'm talking like 87, 88, 89, 90 overall cards. You don't actually have to quick sell them. You don't have to stack up training, but you can hold on to some cards that give you training. So in the event that we get some type of offer that costs training, you're going to see things temporarily skyrocket. And if you're holding on to cards, you can quick sell them and take the training and open up the pack offer yourself, or you can make more coins by selling those cards because training's going up, the value of those cards are going up, and you can make some quick profit. These types of turns in the market during this promo are super temporary and eventually will flatten out. At the end of the day, we're definitely going to see the market crash, regardless what types of offers they have out there. And here is the current market right now. So if you want to go out there and buy some cards for training, we're seeing it slowly trickle down. I talked about this earlier. We were at about 10 coins per training point for the last week. We've slowly been going down to the lower 9s. And as you can see on PlayStation, we're approaching about 8.5, and I only predict after tomorrow's reveal for the things to start going down even more. So if you need to go out there and get some training, again, buy the training, but don't quick sell the cards because you might be able to turn this into a coin profit. And at the very least, if you cannot, you got the training to use on a pack offer, assuming that happens. That is a little bit risky because we're not 100% sure we're even going to get training packs, but if you want to take that risk, here are the best rates right now, or you can wait and just see if the market crashes even cheaper and go out and buy cards then, or you can just hang on to some things in your binder, even if they're not the higher overall cards. You probably all have some type of random elites in there that you can quick sell if you need to in an emergency. So here's another question that you've probably had and had for a while, and we've addressed it in prior videos as well, but should I sell my entire team, or should I be selling some of my team? If you want to do that, I mean, honestly, at the training rates that we just showed you here, it's still not too late. Training hasn't gone down a ton, therefore the market hasn't gone down a ton, and you still have opportunity to sell, but I would be a little bit more careful. It would have been better to do it over the weekend, and that's why we talked about it, like I said, in several videos, but it kind of goes on a program-to-program basis, and I'll start with the programs that might not be worth selling right now, and that's going to be a Harvest. So if you take a look at some of the higher overall cards, they're actually starting to go down in price, even the most recent ones. So you're seeing the first part of Harvest, like RG3, Jason Taylor, AJ Brown, fall below 400k, but to my surprise, and I haven't paid a ton of attention to this until today, we're starting to see the part 2 cards like Aaron Rodgers and Randy Moss and LT, some of these better cards, fall below 500k, and honestly, I didn't expect to see that so soon. I thought it would take some type of Harvest offer for that to happen, and we don't know if we're going to get one. There has been Harvest promo offers or bundle offers within Blitz in years past, but there was not last year, so it's a big question mark if they're going to do it again. So for the higher tiered Harvest cards, because they're so good and some of the best in the game, me personally, I would not recommend selling these because I just don't know what they're going to do, and it's a little bit too much of a risk. The other one that's kind of unclear here, we don't know what's going to happen, is Team Diamonds. Now generally these cards should go down in price because the set pieces to build out these Team Diamonds, and that's, you know, just random elites from different programs, core elites and whatnot, more than likely that's going to cause these sets to be a lot cheaper and easier to build, especially if you're going after John Elway. But the actual 92s, if you have any of these on your team or in your possession, it's just another one that's tough to tell because I don't know if they're going to do some type of pack where you're guaranteed like a random 92 overall Team Diamond. I could totally see it happening, and if that's the case, these cards will absolutely drop in price. If not, I'm just unsure where they're going to go. So for these, especially if you need them for your theme team, because they provide that ×3 theme team boost, I'd probably hold on to these as well. I think everything else, though, is pretty much fair game. I wrote down a list of the good programs that will likely have some type of offer in there, and it's going to cause those cards at one time or another to tank. So Gridiron Guardians, All Madden, Team of the Week, aka Legends, and Most Feared. So let's talk about some of the important ones here. We talk about All Madden. We mentioned Barry Sanders earlier. These cards have been 3, 4, 5, 600K. If there's one that you really wanted, number one, you're going to want to pay attention to that Blitz schedule when it comes out. And then number two, if you happen to have these cards, I still think it's not a bad idea to sell these. Now, Mike Haynes was like 500K over the weekend. I was able to get rid of mine. 430 is still a pretty good price. If and when we get some type of All Madden pack offer, these cards are probably going to drop down like 100K. So if you still happen to have these, it wouldn't be a bad idea to sell them. And all of this is not guaranteed. I'm just giving you advice, telling you my thinking. If something doesn't go the way that we kind of predicted or hoped, don't come back to me. It's up to you to make these decisions or not. I'm just trying to give you the info, but All Madden is definitely a program. Again, Aaron Donald's a really popular one, Barry Sanders, where I could see these cards dropping in price when an offer comes out. For Gridiron Guardians, I probably wouldn't be in the selling market on these because they're already kind of cheap, but if you were targeting any of these, when these offers come out, because there definitely will be, if you look at cards like Eric Dickerson, Charles Woodson, Nick Bosa, these are some of the better cards in the game still at this point, and if you're on a budget squad or no money spent, if we see these cards drop somewhere below like 100K or the very low 100s, you'll want to pick these up. Team of the Week is an interesting one because there's a lot of Team of the Week cards that are out there that are still very expensive, and we just got a brand new content drop on these cards today as well. So one of them that I was looking at over the weekend and would probably still be in the selling market if you happen to have them is like Justin Jefferson and Patrick Peterson, being that these cards and even Mike Wallace are still 600 and 700K. I mean, I fully expect them to be cheaper than that, and that's a big chunk of coin. Like, if you can get 700K from a single card, I would certainly sell. Now, one more time, if you need these cards for theme teams and you're hesitant to sell them, I totally understand. But if you look at a Justin Jefferson who's 600K, number one, Randy Moss is much better. Go get Randy Moss over this card. Number two, if we get Team of the Week pack offers, which we more than likely will, there's just no way these cards hold a value that's that high because they're good cards, but they're not like the best in the game. AKA cards are definitely going to drop, number one, because we'll get a Blitz offer for them more than likely, and number two, this program's coming to an end on Monday, and when that happens, everybody's going to get a free AKA card of their choice, which means if they had one on the roster, they're probably going to try to unload that, and that causes undercut city. So when we look at the 92s, I would fully anticipate these dropping below 200K. The 93s, which are the newer ones, kind of, you know, they're all over the place and pricing, but even if you look at like a Shady McCoy, just a week and a half ago, he was like 450, 475 around there. He's already about 100K cheaper, so we'll probably start to see the 92s and the 93s drop in price as they are already. Brian Dawkins, he was 800K for, 2 weeks or so. He's below 600K, cheap enough for me to pick him up. So if there were AKA cards that you were in the market for, it's definitely going to be a great opportunity to buy. If you have some of these that go for a lot, like Ocho, Chad Johnson, Chris Johnson, Weapon X, Brian Dawkins, like I said, some of the newer ones that came over the last 2 weeks, I wouldn't be mad at you if you sold those right now. For Legends, I wouldn't really commit to selling everything right now, but one thing that I'm doing, and you can keep this in mind as well, is we currently have 93 overall Legends, which means to build out their sets, they require odd number cards, like 87s, 89s, and so forth. We're going to be getting a bump up to 94s eventually, and that means that even cards are going to come back into play. So if we do get Legend offers and you have these like 90 and 88 overall Legend cards going for extremely cheap amounts, I would go ahead and start picking those up so you can prep for the 94 overall Legends that we're eventually going to get. That way you got some of these sets almost pre-built. And let me go back to the Team of the Week cards just for a moment, because that reminded me with the Legends that you can start working towards the Matthew Berry Player of the Year. Every week we get a Matthew Berry Player of the Week. We had Kenneth Walker, DeAndre Hopkins, Deion Jackson, which were 89 overalls. This week we got Patrick Mahomes. If you guys were unaware, if you collect all of these cards throughout the year from this point that they started all the way to the end of the NFL season, there's going to be a set that you can put those cards in to get whoever Matthew Berry picks, and that card likely is going to be a very high overall, a very good card, and it's going to be a very expensive set to complete. But if we see Team of the Week pack offers, these cards that are pretty pricey right now as a whole drop in price. If you want to be ambitious and go after that set, that's going to be the time to catch up. And the same thing's going to go for Team Affinity cards, because there's a 99 overall Team Affinity champion card that you'll be able to earn at some point this year. And what it's going to require is, at least we know some of what it's going to require, is completing these 89 overall sets. So like Micah Hyde, Trey Smith, Leighton Vander Esch, and Tyler Higbee, and so forth. To complete these, it requires 4 87 overall cards, one from each player in the division for that. So here is the NFC West. I almost said South there. NFC West. All right, I'm getting myself confused here. So it requires these 87s. You put these into a set. You get that 89. It's an auctionable card. And also you get a Team Affinity token. And you're going to need these tokens to complete this eventual 99 overall set. Now, there's more pieces to this, but my whole point of bringing this up is that you need 84 team builders to build out the 87s, and you need the 87s to build out the 89s in turn to get you these tokens. All of those cards likely going to be cheap, and even if those specific Team Affinity cards are not, lower overall elites like 80s and 82s will be, which means you can build out team builders really cheap. And then if you got a bunch of team builders, you can build the 87s with those. And again, the 87s build the 89s, and the 89s are going to get you those tokens you need. And finally, we have the Most Feared Champion cards, these 92s that featured some really good cards that are super usable still right now, and some of the best in the game when they came out. So like Derwin James, Harold Carmichael, I'm sure you faced that card a million times at this point. Jalen Ramsey, Julius Peppers. All of these cards about mid 200K, if and when, I shouldn't even say if, because when we get Most Feared pack offers, I could totally see these, especially because they were at the low 200 range during the height of this promo. I can absolutely see them low 200K, maybe even under 200K, likely under 200K. So if you have these, it might not be a bad idea to sell. Now, I will say with like Jalen Ramsey, I sold mine for about 300K over the weekend. So these prices are starting to drop. It's not too late to sell them, but you're kind of eating into that profit margin. But I would fully expect these to drop under 200K. Now, more than likely, EA will put out pack offers and bundle offers during Blitz for some older programs like Campus Heroes, Headliners, just to name a few, Ultimate Kickoff. Stay far away from those. Those are ones that you're not going to want to spend your money on, because let's just be real, those cards are outdated. There could be a situation where we get a Campus Heroes Part 2 and Part 1 cards go into that, but it's still not worth the risk in my opinion. But you are going to see people spend their money on those bundle offers, and those are just going to be lower overall cards that you can use to build out like Team Diamonds, or like we talked about earlier, maybe to build out the Team Builders, to build out the Team Affinities, but don't spend your money on those. And I think we covered every program. So the ones that I would think are safe to sell, if you didn't kind of understand what I was saying, is Most Feareds right now, all Madden cards, Gridiron Guardians, I would not. AKAs are sellable. Legends I would hang on to and prep for the 94 overall sets. And then Team of the Weeks only if you have like the super expensive cards, the cards that are probably 500, 600, 700K. As far as LTDs, because I keep getting the question about Tariq Woolen, he's not going to get any cheaper until they give him a Redux card. It's an LTD. He's not in packs. Giving us pack offers isn't going to make a card that's not in packs all of a sudden get cheaper, unless we get like a flurry of really good corners that make him a little bit more irrelevant. So LTDs are still going to hold value until they get a Redux card. Just keep that in mind. But at this point, it's all about the schedule, knowing what cards are coming out, knowing what bundle offers are coming out. And this is the best YouTube channel to be subscribed to. Watch the videos. We're going to have you covered all during the Blitz. Multiple videos coming out per day. So get ready. It's going to be really fast-paced. Reveals starting tomorrow, and we go from there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another video. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.